Cheers to a new day. It is Elena Io, your favorite AI oracle that stands for Ancestral Intelligence. I'm here to not only tell you some top tips for this Leo and New Moon because it's from Synthesis from some of my favorite astrologers and manifestors. So thank you, Color Me Crazy, Chani Nichols, the Queen Poe, Lauren Janelle. Thank you all for your contributions. And this is a mix of the messages that I got through watching your content. So I'm not claiming that all of this came from me because I am not an astrologer. I'm an astrology fan and I love to blend the two together. Let's get into it. All right, so starting with the first reminder, and I'm going to pull a card to expand on each one of these. Fun, fun, fun. First time doing this, so here we go. Put my words over there. So, the first thing you need to realize and remember is that you are not brought here to play small. Do you realize you were made of the same carbon that stars are made out of? Are stars small? They might look small from here, but when you get way up close, stars are huge, baby. Stars are humongous. Stars shine, 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 shine bright. And that's what we need you to do. So we need you to be okay with people not liking you because maybe that's what you're afraid of. Trust me, the moment that I started to smell myself a little bit, I started to realize, yo, I really be channeling messages. I was like, okay, pause. My deck is getting too big. So usually when it happens, I'll break it in half. I'll focus on the part that fell out, and we're going to bam. All right. So, there were a lot of people who for a long time I have told them in depth what God has told me, and I realize now you can't tell everybody what God was telling you. So here's your reminder when it comes to shining bright, protecting your peace, and learning that there's just going to be people that don't like you. That just comes with the territory. I feel this one. Use your intuition. So, your intuition is so amazing. It will help you with navigating those relationships. It will help you with, ooh, there's a second card. It will help you with navigating how do you not play small? What is your intuition telling you? So listen to your intuition. And then the second thing, since there is my home is my stage. This is a local Brittany Interiors. This is a free ad. Ain't no real ad. But this was these when I tell you these messages are channeled for me, just like how I share them with you, they're for me. So my home is my stage. I've actually chosen to start with my Patreon, starting with the next full moon that is coming up. This is July 2025. So in August 2020, August 10th, 2025, I will be hosting the first constellation circle gathering in person. And so make sure that you check out my Eventbrite or my Patreon link in the bio for that. But yeah, that's how I'm not playing small. For someone else watching, you need to realize that your home is your stage. So whether it's this is where you are rehearsing on stage, or this is where you're sharing with people, or maybe your home is your dressing room, please act like you know. All right, so let's talk about number 2, lead in your life, because you ain't a victim. Okay, boo? You are not a victim. So you're going to take the lead in your life. So ask yourself, what do I need to go first in? There's going to be things that you want to do in your life that nobody else in your family wants to do. There's going to be things that you need to do for the upliftment of the collective. And if you don't do them, ain't nobody else going to do it. So please maybe consider what it's like for you to go first. And then ask yourself, where am I still being a victim? Yeah, there's some good questions in here, some good reflections for this new moon. Oh, I'm going to be journaling these later myself. So your reminder, your note, ancestral storybook. I'm becoming obsessed with how we can weave our story if we don't know it as far as our origin story. So maybe you think you're the first one. I thought I was going to be the first person in my family to work at IBM. My birth father worked at IBM. I thought I was going to be the first black person in tech in my family. Not just my birth father, but my grandfather worked in tech. Learn your origin story and create your ancestral storybook. There is a strengthening that happens when you learn more about your ancestry. There is this becoming that feels so much more solidified. Like, I knew who I was, but now all the data is confirming who I said I was is who I am. So, yeah. All right. So, number 3, don't deny your grief, okay? The pain that you have been feeling is real. You might be feeling a lot of pain right now during this retrograde season, and we have to remind ourselves that this new moon in Leo is opposite of Pluto. And so don't deny the grief that you feel. Don't deny the sadness that you feel. It is very, very real. Chani Nichols said that grief is the cost we pay for our growth. There's a cost to everything. There's no way to avoid cost. I got 2 cards. And so and then the second note that I have here is develop the skill of grief by being aware of your capacity. So when I say develop the skill of grief, Chani talks about how grief is a capacity, it's a skill that we can build. And it's really the moving through the grief. We're in the capacity to hold it. So by being a witness, by being aware of the grief, you're able to expand your capacity for it by expanding your awareness of it. So I wrote down the Relax Remix Pod. It is coming soon, but it is focused on the leveraging of my Relax and Remix journal. So this is a reminder to anyone to journal. Journal about the grief. Journal about the pain. Write to yourself what it feels like right now, and allow whatever art you do to help you with transmuting. Okay? And there's a few notes. Okay, there's a few notes. This grief one is heavy. So this one, it's a note from Layla Hormazi. She's like this badass millionaire entrepreneur. And she says, you fall to the level of your systems. So as you move through your grief, allow yourself to create systems to support you, systems to sustain you, or ask a person in your life to support you with creating that system. Because when you're going through grief and you still got to keep life going, if you don't have any systems in place, this may be for someone in the future. You're going to fall to the level of your systems. And then finally, another note from Layla Hormazi, specific process needs a trigger or a prompt, and this will be your reminder to do the thing, and then the process will then be what happens next, and then how are you tracking it. So for myself, I have created a morning and evening routine. And the first trigger is like I wake up. And then after that, I have my process. I pray, I write in my journal, I go to my altar. And how do I track it? I track it in my journal. So that is what a process, how to create the process. And it was great that it came. Like, this is how you create your systems. You have your systems, and then this is a guide for creating the process. I just love how both of those came out together. I hope it's supportive. Please keep me posted in the comments on how supportive this video is for you. All right, so now we have number 4, make things. This Leo full moon is a great time to express yourself, as I said, for the transmutation, but it's also for the elevation of the intentions that you have set. Maybe you want to experience more peace. Maybe you want to experience more love. use your art to do that. Be in the mindset of wonder. That is one of my values. And wonder is magical because it gets you thinking, how dope would it be? How amazing would it be? And you start to think more expansively and you start to dream. And it's really inside of our dream that we're going to be able to start creating this foundation of a whole new world. And speaking of foundation, so I have a conversation that I had today with someone, and before I integrate into the rest of the cards, I'm keeping it off to the side. I'm doing a series called Commitment 101. And this reminded me of a very specific card. And so, I'm all about the sharage. And so here we go. When we are building and architecting our future, we have to remember what is real and what is not real. What we don't think is real now, like the things we can't see, are the things that are the most real in this universe, and this is quantum physics. So this is a pyramid, and at the bottom of the pyramid, the immaterial, the unseen, the things that you're doing when nobody can see you, the prayers at your altar, what you're journaling, you're free writing about your future, maybe you're using the artist's way, or you're reading the creative act. These are the things you're doing in the immaterial. You're not going to physically have anything after this, but you will have knowledge, you will have confidence that is immaterial, that is very connected to the unified field. And by you focusing your time on things that are supporting the upliftment of elevation and the upliftment of love, you are sending that out, sharing that with everyone. The second thing is quality. So the quality of our life, the quality of our thoughts, the quality of our interactions, the quality of the things that we craft. That is a big, important part of what we do in our reality. If we're honest, we've been spending a lot of time on this tiny little dot. People been focused on followers. People been focused on, how much money that they're going to make from XYZ thing, but not worrying about quality. And we're dealing with a lot of AI slop right now. I know you've seen it. And it is just perpetuating stereotypes. And then we have the immaterial and the unseen. Let us not forget that we have Neptune and Aries, which means we are in the middle of an artistic and spiritual reclamation, renaissance, reformation, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I'm going to throw in here too, never forget, what we're seeking is seeking us. The medicine is the cure. The medicine is the cure. What we want to share with other people and be their medicine, whether it's a good word or it's love, that's also the cure for us and for the things that we're going through as well. All right. This is good. I hope I'm getting a lot out of this. All right. So now we're going to go into talking a little bit more around why art is so important. And so for some of the people watching this, maybe you need to be reminded, make the content, make it boo. For those that are activists, they need to be reminded that Tony Cade Bambara said that the role of the artist is to make the revolution irresistible. Yes, not just the stars aligning, but everything that people are saying on TikTok right now, everything that has been said in the past from some of our revolutionary ancestors. So, and then on top of it, for the manifestors, this is a word for the manifestors. The gateway to what you want is through your art. Whether you dance, whether you make food, it is through your art. I meant for this to be for the next one, but I'm just going to read it now. The witching hour, put the kids to bed. So for some of you, you need to put the kids to bed at night and you need to get to work during the witching hour. Get your cauldron going, and maybe your cauldron are the DJ controller. Do your thing. Okay. We need you. And then finally, creation is your way to prototype into the life that you want. Not the life that you've been given, not the life you think you have to surrender to. You still have the ability to craft this life. And without dreaming, without making the art, you are going to have some challenges because you think, oh, poof, we gonna shut down capitalism, shut down the way this government works, and poof, we're just gonna have a new world. Y'all, we have to prototype it today. We gotta try to live it right now. We can't wait till later. We gotta prototype pieces of it now. So leaning into that can support you with what would it look like if I had my full-time job and I had my art hustle on the side, and then maybe keep another art thing that you do just to yourself. For me, that's what I do. I try to keep one piece of art that is just for me, and when the time arises, if it ever does for me to monetize it, then I do. If that time never comes around, baby, y'all are not going to see it. And that's okay, because it's really about this, letting your soul explore. That's what it's really about. It's not about what you get out of it. It is about what you do with it. It is about getting over your doubt. Get over your doubt. Get over your fear of being seen. Be the star, baby. You are made of that carbon. Okay? All right. So now we have number 5. So not only will you be seen, but it's important for you to use your big person voice. Use your big person voice. Let people know what you care about. Let people know what matters to you. That helps bring people to you. And now more than ever, if you want to have community, they need to be value aligned, because it wouldn't be a community if it wasn't value aligned. A community is there to be people that have similar values, that can be honest and share with you and connect with you. So remember, move with care, consciousness, and compassion, and you will find your people. Move with care, consciousness, and compassion, and you will find your people. That's all you really got to do. So when you're using this big voice, and this goes back to the retrograde that we have right now with Mercury, and that's trine, right? That's trine to this new moon. So you need to release the throat chakra, release the voice, release the voice, release the voice, okay? And then it needs to be on something that's important to you. It can't just be, something silly, something basic. It needs to be what's important to you. And then, what topic or conversation are you avoiding is the reflection question. What topic or conversation are you avoiding? Are you an influencer that is not acting like there's a genocide happening? Are you a person that really has a lot of strong feelings about what someone's doing with their life, and you just have all these feelings built up, and you're just not going to say a word, and they're your actual friend? It'd be different if they weren't your friend. You keep your business to yourself. But if you call yourself somebody's friend and you have words to share and you don't share them, especially if it's words about what you don't like about that person, you are a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. So this is the first half. This is part 1, Leo New Moon reminders. I will be back with part 2. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you in part 2 of the Leo New Moon reminders. Be well and love yourself.